In today's video, we will be talking about, what do I want to talk about? Oh, that's what I want to talk about. But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna answer questions today. Today is nothing but a question video, but this video is nothing but a question video. The first question we're gonna answer is, why with 7 billion people in the world, no one wants to form a connection with anybody? That's the first question. The second question would be, the second question is, we're gonna answer the day old question. Where did the saying come from? What does it mean? Does it actually mean what we think it means? And that statement is, I was born alone, so I'll die alone. What does it mean? Who came up with it? And then our third question would be, this is why not? I have questions on my mind for a minute. I'm probably gonna end up making a whole nother video just for the question. But the third question is, do you think, because in movies, animals have started sleeping with each other. So do you think in real life the animals like crossbreed? Ooh, I like, yeah. Do you think animals crossbreed? Cool. It's raining like hard. Like I was not just outside. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. So my first question was, with 7 billion people in the world, why do we feel lonely? Okay, so this is the one little part. I looked it up, and I was able to come up with some answers. Not for me, but this is from somebody named Les. He says loneliness is thinking that you're a fragment instead of a whole. That's deep. Okay, let's see. He says, what else he says? Well, I don't feel alone, so I reject being included in the we that you're positioned. And this constant, I offer a we defined as you and I mean literally you plus me. And this discussion that we're having online, that's a we for the moment as I define it. We have never met, and yet we are not separate. You're behind your computer or tablet or whatever, and I'm behind mine. But those devices are not some sort of wall that prevents us from sharing we. That's deep. So pretty much what he's saying, just for the people that didn't get it, because it's deep. What he's saying is, even though me and you have never met, you're here, I'm here, we're technically in the same space. So does that mean you're not alone because I'm here and you're here? And even though you're in a room by yourself, I'm technically in the room with you. I'm just not there, like, body-wise. Similarly, I'm in New York and you're wherever you are, but those geographical facts are not a wall between us. We probably have different religions, politics, and economic beliefs, but those do not constitute something which breaks our we into war. That's deep. Where did this we come from, and what makes it a we instead of me versus you? If you reflect on that for a while, I suggest that you'll realize something important. Me versus you occurs when people feel that their identity is threatened by the presence of others. We occurs when that isn't happening. So it really matters what you think your identity is when discussing the nature of being separate individuals. Damn, buddy just went deep. Oh. So pretty much, if you think about the 7 other billion people, they are a part of his we, but are they a part of your we? Ha! See what else we got here. Now, Karina says alone and loneliness are different. The former is bliss, the latter is suffering. I believe that. People feel alone for various reasons. Some of those reasons are the unraveling of the cloth of the community. In the Western material, this is sign of the times. there are still lucky people, tribal people, who live in communities where people care for one another, look out for one another, and pull together as they travel through this life. In the West, there are two big problems as I see it. There is the ideal of being individual to the exclusion of others. Take care of number one is the model. We lose sight of the bigger picture. Companionship is not even given lip service. Very true. Very true. That's very true. And even when we find time, okay, let me finish reading her answer first. The individual and the community should be one equal part. One is not more important than the other, and that's where the problem occurs. People start feeling like they are better than the next, and forgetting that at one point they used to be the next. When individuals, that's me. That's not part of the answer. When individuals are supported by community, when they have companionship, that they have the best chance of feeling pleasure, enjoying good health, living a long life, and reaching our highest potential. Another reason is the rise of subcultural people who are such selfish to the extreme. These people have vested interest in pushing the agenda of individualism. And the other big reason that I see is that people look and search outwards for comfort and support. Reaching outward, you are limited by a culture in which you live. But you turn inward, gain all your support from within, from the spiritual realm, then you are never alone. That's deep at one point, but at the same time, we got to look at it like, what if I'm not a people person? What if there have been things that happened to me that made me afraid, scared, and not trust people to the extent and made me feel like there is a me versus we? Meaning you feel like it's you versus the people, and that it's you standing when you're in a room full of people. You feel like everybody is talking about you or attacking you to a sense. I think. Last but not least, we got one more. Thomas, what he got to say? Because most of those 7 billion people have been programmed since birth to think that anyone who is different is wrong, despite the fact that each of those 7 different people are in fact different. Out of those indifferent. And human nature to feel alone, and society's program makes it all the more hard on us. Was constantly surrounded by images of happy couples and reminders that we're alone. So of course we feel lonely. See, he's confusing. See, this person right here is confusing in my mind. I don't know about everybody else, but in my mind, he's confusing loneliness with being alone, which is 2 different things. See, you learn as a child, you learn how to interact with people. But it's very true that this idea that being alone is cool is being pushed off on our people. That's very true. It is expected of us to find someone and indulge in society's regular required gifted holidays established by big businesses to make sure they get as much of your paycheck as possible as soon as possible. Throughout the year, our pointless days designed to make you feel bad about being lonely, so you seek out a partner so that you can indulge in the spending of money you've been programmed to do. Valentine's Day, for an example, is coming up, and it's a scam. You need a specific day to show someone you care. If you care, then you show them all the time anyway, and that should be enough. If you're unique, if you're smart, if you're creative, you're an outcast, because sheep are easier to control and everyone wants to be like everyone else. So it's entirely possible you are not just stupid enough to be a sheep, and that means it's very hard to find anyone who wants to spend any time with you. After all, you're not part of the herd. You're not following the programming, and that makes you different. The programming to hate things that are different. Find some weirdos, and maybe one of them will be similar kind of weird that you are. You are not alone. The world is just set up to make you feel like you are, and it's only going to get worse as time goes by. So chin up. Keep trying. Wear your masks and smile your fake smile, and hope that someone sees through it all and like whatever lies beneath. And I really think, after reading that, I really think that is part of the problem people are feeling as if they have to wear a mask and that they can't show their true self to anybody. So you don't technically know who you are meeting and if it is a real them or if it is a fake them or what. So if you don't show me the real you and I judge you off what you show me, then you get mad because you don't like how I judge you. Now you are telling me I shouldn't judge you, but I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but you didn't give me enough time to open it up and read it. I'm just saying. That's the first question. Let's see if we can make it through these. I found it. I didn't. I thought. So the saying. Okay. This article that I'm finna read to you is by Thomas Wicker. This is a real old article. This was written in 2014. Old as hell. I literally just spent like almost too fucking long. I literally spent too fucking long looking for this. Okay, so the saying that the second question was whether the saying you was born alone and you're dying alone come from. It came from this actor Orson Welles. He's in a movie. He does movies. Touch of Evil is one of them. Oh, he played Kane. Okay, you gotta remember him. And he was a detective. He was a detective in A Touch of Evil. And in that, he was physically and morbidly repulsive. He was usually fat, corrupt, menacing, and unpredictable. Welles' delivery of his lines is stunning. Oh, okay. Okay. It was in this movie that he came up with that quote. I know that was a little silent film because I was reading at the. Okay, let me go back up. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. There are far too many brilliant scenes in the strangest dimension, but a standout is Wells in the bar being smushed by the hideous Krim Tarnoff. Do not kill me for saying names wrong. Who places a double whiskey on the table in front of Wells. I don't drink. Wells mumbles. As Tarnoff reclines to the background and talks to his henchman, Wells, a recovered alcoholic, stares at the glass of booze and then calls back over his shoulder. What's that? What you talking about? He reaches for the glass, accidentally playing with it. Asking again what's going on, and then kind of distractedly drains half the whiskey. Tarnoff comes back and makes some sort of sleazy proposal and says, let's drink to it. Wells shakes his head and says, I don't. He stiffens, looks down at the half-empty glass in his hand and shoves it away. His expression tells you that he knows he just ruined his life. He realizes he's doomed. Another round, he yells. Make them doubles. Hank Quinn is a revolting, evil, murderous son of a bitch, but we feel for him. And the genius. Okay. And then here's the quote that I've been looking for. We were born alone, we live alone, we die alone. But see, this is the part that everyone quotes, but no one ever says this part. Only through our love and friendship can we create the illusion for a moment that we are not alone. Ha! See, he's with me. I knew there was somebody out there that had the same thought that I have. You are not alone. When you are in your mother's womb, your mother is with you. And not only is your mother with you, she has plenty of people that talk for her belly, that touch on her belly. You are not alone. And when you are pushed into this world, you are definitely not alone. There is a doctor that catches you. There is nurses standing around. There is people in the room present. Now, when you say you are alone, do you mean that you have not been that you have not made a connection with someone, that you have not met someone? Now, that's not even true, because even then, I can even say that I have made a connection with many people, but the thing is, sometimes when those connections are not connections that you want, or those connections are not the connections that the other person want, then those connections are cut. Those ties are severed. We are not. So what he says is we are not born alone. Our mothers are there with us every step of the way. We certainly don't live alone if we don't want to. And Wells himself was married. We also don't die alone. If we live lives that allow us to cultivate relationships, we could die surrounded by people who see us through the transition. Wells had a giant ego. The problem was thinking you're titled. You're entitled. You're entitled. That's the problem. Certain people think they're entitled when you're not. Everyone must go out there. No matter how much the audience wants you in your work, there will come a day when it'll reject you. When that happens, some people can't take it. That's very true. You're on the top, and then one day you just look up and you're not on the top no more, and no one remembers your name. That happens. See, because in the end, Orrin Wilson was reduced to doing commercials for frozen food and wine. There was awful, clenching audio tapes and video footage of him fighting with producers over copies or being so drunk that he couldn't remember the script. He felt humiliated, bitter, and enraged by his fall. But when he was riding high, he abused friends, recklessly indulged himself. His in-between meal snack when he was on Broadway was a 2 triple-decker steak sandwich and several glasses of scotch. That's why he ended up in a beast lush. Oh my God. Though Owen Wilson was wrong about us being all alone, I still view him as a kindred spirit, and his great art sustains me. That's true. Okay, so this is my last part of this answer, and I'm gonna move on to my last question. Because, like I said, that part, only through our love and friendship can we create the illusion for a moment that we are not alone. Like any quote, the interpretation is entirely up to the reader. I was suggesting in this case, Olsen was illustrating that ultimately we are truly alone in this universe. People can share their thoughts and experience with others, but ultimately you can only understand them through your own eyes, as it were. We cannot truly understand what it's like to live as someone else. From the moment, that's okay. If you put it like that, then I understand. From the moment we are born to the moment we die, we view and look at things through our eyesight and how to experience the world through our own eyes, and we are only privy to our own thoughts and experiences. And if our thoughts and experiences are different from other people, then but through love and friendship, we can create an illusion that we are not alone, even though we are alone. So pretty much what they're saying is, it's all an illusion. Because you are, at the end of the day, you're still stuck within your own mind, and you still see the world through your eyes. So it's pretty much an illusion. So if your illusion is that you are alone and that no, you would not ever form a connection with someone else, and even when you do, you'll probably still be alone because it's an illusion. So far, they're saying that for my last question, do animals have sex with different species? Like beer. So Scientists have shown that monkeys slept. They have proof that monkeys slept with deers. And they're trying to say, okay, first of all, they're trying to say it's a pleasure thing. That it's often assumed that animals do not have sex for pleasure. And that humans, pigs, and dolphins and one or two more species are the only species that do, and that all other animals mate for reproduction. And so they're saying that if animals end up mating with the wrong species, it's because they're deprived of their mate. They're deprived of their mate. But it happens. So it happens. And according to this, there are two common animals that are known that show interest to mate with humans. This has nothing to do with the question, but let me go ahead and you know what? I just said it's gonna be a whole nother video, so I'm gonna just go ahead and make that a whole nother video. So yeah, it happens, but it doesn't happen often where humans wanna where animals mate with other animals. So I'm trying to find out, because monkeys do everything apparently. I'm trying to find out, besides monkeys having sex with deers, because that's the what I'm finding mostly right now is monkeys having sex with deers. So all other animals, they just like having sex with Oh my god, I am definitely finna make another video, because there are other gay animals in nature. Crows have sex with the dead. Animals eating each other after sex, and you think people are crazy? It says right here, some animals kill each other after sex because of their distinction. Octopus have been known to brutally murder and eat each other after sex. And you thought you had to be careful after having sex with somebody because you had to worry if that person was a serial killer. Animals got it bad out here. No wonder they only have sex with each other. Motherfuckers is crazy. You don't. Y'all stay tuned. The video is coming. It's coming. It's gonna go crazy. I just want y'all to know that. I'm cutting it off. I'm going everywhere. Crows having sex with dead, because because that's their way to grieve for the dead. Oh, okay. We finna go ham. We gonna go hard. Stay tuned. I might even go outside. Get a little rain on me. Okay, so we gonna end this video right here. Say Elijah, tell them bye. Say like, subscribe, comment. Could join this Killer T family. Say you gonna sing, you gonna dance. Say I'm gonna sing. So you gotta say it.
I'm gonna dance, you gonna sing.
Okay, you gonna dance, I'm gonna sing? Okay, that's how we gonna do it. All right. Tell them peace out.
Peace out.